Hey, welcome into this episode 5 of the GASOCast. You've got GASO Mask, GASO Blue, at iFilm Hoopers. Thanks for tuning in. Before we get started, I want to make sure you're not missing any content. Blue and I just filmed a cup of hoops. That should already be dropped and rolling. We have a really good, fun Recruiting Simplified segment, which leads me into my next point. Subscribe for that newsletter on my profile. I'm putting out tons of recruiting content to help you guys get recruited. The GASO Fast Break. We have a GASO Extra. We have over 30 players mentioned in the superlatives. Team rankings coming at you Thursday. And then GASO's events. They're coming. We're right around the corner.
Yeah, so let's break each week on GASOcast. We'll break down, our events and what we're looking forward to. This week's breakdown is going to be our Two Cities One GASO, April 5th through 7th. One that we're super excited for. One that I think it's more so rewarding how we pull it off. We're going to have half the staff in Houston at MI3 and half the staff in Dallas at Duncanville. It's a great weekend. We get shoe teams from every shoe circuit, all the independents, a lot of fun matchups we're able to put together. The independents get a shot at the shoe teams. Shoe teams play other shoe teams play independents. Just a really fun time. And I think within the staff, it's like we almost are competing. Like, so if Blue and Mass are in Houston and me and Lyndon are in Dallas, we're almost competing with the content. Trying to one-up each other. Oh, we had this alley-oop happen in our event. Oh, we had this buzzer beater over here. I think last year was the Cash Gardner game.
11 threes, and then also the King Grace game, where he made 35 points. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, so it was just a lot of great storylines to kick off the season. April 5th through 7th, Blue. It's one of those ones where it's rocking because we have every team, imaginable playing in the event and big-time matchups. A lot of energy.
What happens is it works, and it's almost like the amount of media that we did for that particular event last year was so fun. Like you said, we went back and forth a little bit, but it was if we were in the same city just down the street, because that's the way it felt. And the media coverage of that from across the state is very heavy, and we are very thankful for everybody that comes out to watch some of the key matchups. And so that's kind of the theme again this year, as we'll split up, like you said, and just have fun with it.
Absolutely. And then lastly, a reminder to follow us. We're putting out tons of player content. We're still going to games. Tournament season is almost over. We got the after Christmas tournaments. But as of the moment, we are rolling right now. This is a fun segment. I'd buy a ticket to see. And now this can be fake. This could be real. Michael, what are you buying a ticket to see?
Yeah, like you talked about, we're rocking into this season, and a lot of the 2027s are starting to step up and make actual impacts on their varsity teams. So I'd buy a ticket to see, because this is more a possible foreshadowing, but I'd buy a ticket to see Beckham Black versus Isaac Hayes. Two 2027s that are on the tip of every media, every, just the state's tongue right now. Two uber productive players in the DFW, and that would mean either two things would have to happen. We'd need a North Crowley versus Duncanville game, or you're going to have to wait till early March at our next gen camp by GASO to get two of these top 2027s on the court at the same time. Either way, I'd buy a ticket to see it.
Shameless plug. Sorry, Blue. It's going to be over your face. But Next Gen Showcase, March 3rd, 2024. Be there. Blue, do the two thumbs up.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, Blue, do your thumbs up or your heart.
We do the. I don't know.
I swear this worked pre-show.
It was working off camera. It was working off camera.
I don't, but I'm off. There it is.
There it is. We're rolling. Blue, what would you buy a ticket to see?
Well, we've already have heard or seen the Lake Travis Stony Point matchup that happened at the Jack Frost a couple weekends ago. Stony Point has not backed down from anybody as far as putting their schedule together. How about Stony Point, Brennan? That's just a game with so many different storylines. It's the return of, if Brennan can get back to state, the guard play of both sides, the interior play. There's so many things that are the great about basketball in the state of Texas, as Michael always says, and this is one of them, because how much, I think every episode we're talking about Region 4. Now maybe Region 2 is over there just like, oh, okay, y'all just ignore us. But really, that's kind of the premier matchup right now that we have not seen in the state of Texas, and also for this season, and also team ranking wise. Y'all know how much I love the team rankings and keeping up with all of that. So that definitely is something that we can look forward down the road. For either team, it's not going to be an easy path, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables that still have to happen, and I am kind of hoping for something similar. Stony Point versus Plano East. Both are in the championship basketball tournament, formerly known as the Whataburger, after Christmas. And that's our number 2 and 3 ranked teams in the state. Of course, they've got to make it through a gauntlet. It's a loaded event. But I'll just say it, and everyone's thinking it. Who's going to win that game? I just want to see that game. We will have intensity from start to finish. And, Michael, you've seen a couple games this season where you kind of use the moniker of, like, you can't out-tough these teams. And I think these are this would be another showdown of, like, you can't out-tough either one of these teams. And it would just be really fun to see. And I don't typically – someone else typically covers that championship game for GASO, but I might have to make a pivot and an executive decision and be there if that happens on that Saturday night.
Yeah, and piggybacking off that, there's a reason why those two teams are ranked so highly in our team rankings, not just because they can play hard, but you have that special blend of they legit play hard and they're legit, like, big-time skilled teams also. So you put that together, and they're both going to be very hard to beat this season. So for me, I'd buy a ticket to see myself get a free weekend of calories that don't exist in these hospitality games. Because, boy, I've been going hard. Sci Hoops was just another weekend of just trouble for me. Mass and I went down there. Mass is doing the thing where it's, I'm taking the top bun off my sandwich and stuff. And you know what? I'm just not.
Doesn't he just kind of sometimes make you feel bad? And you're like, you're eating the
really? I'm like, that's dumb.
That's not a me problem. Get off of here.
But no, I would love to be able to pay a ticket to one of these events to where I'm in the hospitality room and the calories just don't count.
Blue?
Well, I think I would love to pay a ticket to see my fantasy football team take the field. I'm in 3 out of 6 playoffs starting this coming weekend, and I think I legitimately have 3 potential champions.
We'll revisit that in a couple weeks.
Blue's thing is he drafts a very similar team for every league. So, like, when he pops, he pops. I'll say that. And Blue's very good at fantasy football. Sorry I keep getting up. My dog's being very extra right now. I'd buy a ticket to see Mickey Mouse. I'm going to Disney World with my family on Thursday. Cannot wait. So I'll try and be shut off from the world. I've got a bunch of scheduled tweets posted. And if I don't get to you, don't respond to you, I'm sorry. It's because I will be with the fam.
Have you been to Disney World before?
I have.
In December? Does
I
it rain in December down there too? Like it does in the summer? Really? You still have to take the punch out.
First trip with the kiddos, 4-year-old, 18 months old. It's going to be an experience. We're going in with the expectations that this is a trip, not a vacation. And I think that will help my wife and I. All right.
Let me know how that goes.
Wheels off. A look ahead to holiday tournaments. Potential matchups or district matchups you are looking forward to. I'm going to tip this one off. I'm going to the Round Rock event. And it is going to be my first time down there. I'm excited to continue to build that 2026 list. So when our rankings come out, we are very well rounded. We have seen all the players multiple times amongst us. It's going to be my first experience down there, and it's a really, really great event, and I'm fired up.
Yeah, something to look forward to could be a finals of Canyon Randall and Fort Worth Eastern Hills in the Navy division of the basketball championship tournament, formerly the Whataburger. And so you're going to have KJ Thomas, who's one of the best scorers in the entire state of Texas, who's going to UTEP. His team from Canyon Randall. His teammate, Tayshawn Combs, has been shooting the ball, I believe, over 40% from behind the three-point line. But then if they can face that Fort Worth Eastern Hills, you're looking at Alex Barther, Camden McGilvery, the Briggs brothers, Messiah Miller, Dorian Johnson. This right here, Region 1, are you kidding me that this could be a matchup that happens in December?
Absolutely.
And I think they're like ranked 3 and 4 in our rankings, 2 and 3, something ridiculous like that.
I'm gonna get a great look at Fort Worth Eastern Hills tonight too. Like just that is a great call out, Blue, of that Navy division.
Yeah, for me, looking at that Allen Holiday In and Out event, shout out to all those involved for putting together a crazy schedule. And when you're looking like, okay, we're at some potential matchups, they're all over the place. Let's start with Frisco, a possible Frisco Lone Star versus Melissa semifinal game in the silver bracket. That'd be Trent Perry versus Austin Gooseby, 2 EYBL teammates over at Drive Nation, 2 of the Diaper Dandy 2026s in our state. And then if you're looking for the big boy division, the gold division, you can possibly have an Allen versus or an Allen championship waiting on either Lake Travis or Beaumont United if the chips fall the way they're going to fall. Just a lot to get excited for. One of those events, along with I cover the Champions Basketball Tournament also, where I go down to San Antonio, but I'm excited after Christmas to get back and see some big-time basketball. Blue, what do you have to say about that?
Well, the one thing I wanted to add is that you're looking at 2 teams here. Lake Travis, who lost to Stony Point on a miracle half-court shot at the Jack Frost. They're 14-1. Beaumont United is 14-0. It's hard to go through and get through a bracket, but if they can get to that semifinal game, that is a probably very important matchup for the entire state of Texas to know, to read, to see. One thing is that I think that Lake Travis has done a great job of really positioning themselves to play in these big matchups over the next several weeks, where Beaumont United has very strategically put together a schedule where they're playing on a Tuesday, Friday. They're not playing these big, long tournaments week in and week out, even though I believe that they have played in at least one. They've done some showcases. And so it's going to be a little bit of a test for even Beaumont United to have to go from start to finish to play, 4 or 5 games in those 3 days. And so there's a lot that that we'll be able to pull from this game as we move forward through district into the playoffs. I think it's a very important matchup that hopefully we get to that point.
Yeah, Max Preps has the algorithm has Beaumont United ranked 17th in the state, and we vehemently disagree with that. We clearly have them 1 at this point, but I think that's due to the gauntlet they haven't played. But they're about to get their money's worth, and I'm just not worried about Beaumont United. They're every bit for real, every bit for real. I'm going to talk about Atascocita and Beaumont United this Friday night. Wow, what a way to kick off district. That sounds fun. And this just goes to Beaumont United's schedule. The reason they don't have to schedule every tough game in the preseason is because their district's insane. Atascocita, you've got Summer Creek, you've got Beaumont Westbrook, and so many other just tough matchups. There's not a night off there. So I don't blame them. And Beaumont United can go. They've earned our respect year in and year out. So If you're looking for a game to watch, Texan Live is going to have that streamed if you're in Dallas. And then if you're in Houston, obviously that would be a great one to go to. But this is going to wrap up episode 5 of the GASOcast. As for iFilm Hoopers, GASO Blue, and GASO Mass, we'll see you next time.